All right, what's up, guys? Frankie is not joining us today.
Scunt.
Oh, ass boy. No, I love you, Frank, but he's not joining us today. But we do have the boy. We've talked about him a lot on this podcast. He is the third member of the lunch table, and that is Senor Jerson Rivas, a.k.a. Boricua Man, a.k.a. Mr. Big Sex, is joining us today. What's up, bro?
Well, thank you for having me. Hey,
man. We're a couple dudes that sit around and talk about stuff. And you are in that for sure. But today we got a good show for you guys. We're going to be discussing our Ohio trip. Obviously, that's something that's kind of big. Frankie's not going to be here, so I guess we'll have to text him this stuff as we make decisions. But yeah, we're going to be going to Ohio. We're going to be traveling with the podcast. Is going to be coming out next week. We're going to do a little Memorial Day thing for you guys. Record a couple pods out there, or one, maybe even just one, something like that. But we're going to bring the stuff out there. So yeah, I mean, we're traveling. We're the traveling show, man.
Yes, we are.
We're adaptable.
Still need the walkie-talkies.
Yeah, still need the walkie-talkies. Yeah, yeah, but we're gonna be road tripping together, me and you.
Yep.
It's gonna be a fun time. Frankie's also gonna be road tripping, but he's road tripping with his brother Anthony, the boy. He's also, we talk about him a lot all the time too. We're like it's funny because we never actually talk about his name. We're always
but there's mentions of him.
They're always like, we mentioned him like people mentioned fucking Voldemort. We're like, oh yeah, that guy. That just be fucking.
You went over there. No reason.
Yeah, we're like down over there. That's how I mention him. But yeah, he's coming with us, so we're gonna be the traveling podcast, and hopefully next time you hear us, next week, we'll be in a hotel room / a living room, depending on where we decide that. But yeah, we're gonna have the boy Vinny on there, and it's gonna be the first 4-person podcast that we do on the lunch table, bro.
There you go.
It's exciting. It's exciting. I'm excited.
It is. 4 people.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have a couple people that want to chime in, and we're just gonna shush them. We're gonna be like, shh. Be quiet down. Yeah. So Ohio trip, man. I'm kind of excited because I've never been to Columbus, but I was looking up strip clubs. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I was looking up strip clubs just because I've never been to one, and I think it'd be kind of cool to take Vinny to one.
It would be kind of cool to take Vinny to one.
I think so. I think it would be cool to take Vinny to one.
Get his experience out of Pornhub.
Yeah.
That would help him out.
Yeah, like take off his fucking Oculus VR porn or whatever, and you know what I mean. We'll have to experience it in real life. But I'm excited to go. But the only thing is that Frankie knows that if you throw coins at the strippers, they kick you out. So I'm afraid he's gonna be like, I don't really want to be here right now, and he just pulls out a roll of quarters.
First of all, do you really think this man is gonna go out of his way to get a roll of quarters?
Yeah,
he goes to spite us, yes, but
yeah,
that's way too much work for him to do. Let me get a roll of quarters.
Yeah, no way he's going
especially
to people's
with
first.
Our bank.
Oh my god, it takes. I mean, look, I love it, but it just takes forever, bro. Like,
still waiting to get my money back.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. But I mean, shout out. I mean, it's a credit union, which is good, but because you get like stock and dividends and all that stuff. But
it helps.
But at the same time, it just takes forever. It takes so fucking long to get everything done. But
2 weeks to get a new card. That was not fun,
bro. I mean, I told you about when I got my credit card info stolen, right? So for the viewers, I got my credit card info stolen. Pretty much, probably went off of these dirty sites I put my stuff in. No, I'm just joking. I don't know, but I got my stuff stolen, and then they have like a thing where they text you like there's like the fraud text.
Was
things.
this you?
Yeah, exactly.
$500 spent here. What?
Yeah, and then you got to be like yes / no, and then it's like if you hit no, and then it was 2 of them, and it was, have you spent $150 on Poker Stars? I was like, no.
Do you have a gambling problem?
No, I don't, bro. I'm losing mad money on Coinbase though, on fucking cryptocurrency. I put like $200 in there, bro. That shit's at like $80. I'm like, what? This shit ate $120 of my dollars, bro. I want it back. I don't like the stock market. I don't like this cryptocurrency shit, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I said no, it wasn't me. They called me. I had to get a new card, and nobody put the order in, so I was waiting for like 3 months to get a card.
See, I call immediately after, a week after.
Yeah,
make sure they're on the ball with that.
See, that's what I should have done, but I was mad lazy. I was like,
I had the bills coming in. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
This card needs to come now. ASAP.
Yeah, right now, it needs to come. Well, it sounded kind of, that was questionable what I said right now, but
Pause.
Pause on it. But yeah, so we got Ohio trip coming up. What else are we doing, man? Well, how have you been? Let's talk about the boy.
Tired,
yeah, man.
Overtime every week. But it's, you got to get out there. You got to make your money. You got to do what you got to do.
Got to grind, man.
Got to grind.
For sure. My grind was supposed to start Memorial Day weekend, but
the grind has already started for you.
Yeah, man.
It's already started with the pod. There you go.
It's weird because it's like one of the only things I actually think about is this.
There you go.
Like it's kind of,
you got to always think about it. Always be on the ball with it.
Yeah,
make sure you moving forward with it.
Facts, bro. I'm spending like, I probably spend like 16 hours of my day that I'm not sleeping, at least one time thinking about this. Like who are we gonna have on? What are we gonna talk about? Current events, like stuff like that. So, I mean, it's exciting, but at the same time, it's like, I wish I could just call in sick from like thinking about this all the time. You know what I mean? But one thing I have been doing that I have to get better at is that I'm lacking on other things. Right? Like the whole week that we didn't go to the gym, I told it that week doesn't exist in my mind. Like it was just like we were on a roll, and then
on the ball. It just 2 weeks just stopped.
Like out of the blue too. Like I think like no, we didn't even hit each other up, nothing. And we were just like, you hit me up, you're like, wait, you're like, bro, we're slacking on the gym. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about this shit, bro. Just because I'm thinking about this all the time. So I do have to like get better at taking care of little things like health, so that I don't have like heart attack on this podcast.
Big things like health.
Yeah, big things like health. But if I do have a heart attack on this podcast, though, that would blow up.
It would blow up. It would blow up.
It would blow up as well as my heart. You know what I mean? My heart would blow up, and then this will blow up, and then I'd leave you guys my empire.
My empire,
yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built with a heart attack.
Yeah, it was built after one day, actually. One day of me, bad health, mad sodium, heart attack.
Too much bacon, bread.
Too much, bro. Taco Bell says sodium warning. Like when you buy their stuff, they're like, this shit could kill you. And I've been eating Taco Bell, like I had Taco Bell literally the past 4 days.
I did that while I was at work. I thought Taco Bell was the only place that was next to my job to eat.
Yeah.
Someone else was like, oh, hey, yeah, if you drive to the left side, there's like 7 other pizza places you can go to. There's like this over here, that over there. You had me at pizza, bro. Like that's it. You had me at pizza. I'm all
Exactly. Pizza, wings, I'm all in. I don't know. Are you a wing guy? Do you like wings or no?
I'll eat wings. It just depends if they taste good or not.
Yeah. Like, but like B-dubs. You're a big B-dubs guy. I'm not like a big B-dubs guy, but it's more so like I more so just go there to hang out with y'all. Because it's a good spot to like get some brewskis and hang out with the brewskis. It is a fun time. But yeah, everything's going back to normal now, man, because of the COVID. Well, I don't know. Well, you've been listening, right? Because he's the boy, right? And he's also the moderator on Facebook. So he's the moderator on Facebook. No, the one and only moderator.
The one and only.
The one and only moderator.
I'm gonna make a shirt that says the one and only now.
Yeah, the one and only mod. So if you're promoting your shit on the Facebook page, you're gonna get banned real quick.
Bet.
Because this boy, he don't play none of that, bro.
I'm a broken Xbox. I don't play no games.
He don't play none of those games. Y'all trying to promote stuff now. But so on here, I'm not anti-mask, right? Like we go to the gym, I wear a mask, right? Just because I don't want to cause like a stir up. But come the day where they lift the mask mandate, boldened. I'm burning all the masks. Didn't they already
say that that now if you have the vaccination, you don't gotta wear it no more?
Yeah. Well, after tomorrow, burn all the masks because I'll be fully vaccinated, and I'm burning them.
You got to keep the Gators though. You got to remind yourself.
Oh yeah. I'm keeping the Gators because the one Gator was a gift, so I can't do that. I can't burn. I'm not going to burn a gift from my grandparents, but all the other things, and nothing in 95s because those are actually good for like, you know, if like something else breaks off, like you know, and plus I'll keep those because those are expensive and they're metal and all that stuff. But the little surgical masks that I have in the car, burned. They're going to get burned. But I don't know. What is your view? I guess I'm asking on the masks.
I mean, I understand it. I just wear it just because we're supposed to. Quotes around that.
Yeah.
But I wear it to avoid problems. Yeah. Personally, I'd rather not wear it when I'm at the gym because, you know, just because they're working out.
Yeah.
But, hey, you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinions and such. So, I know there's some people who completely disagree with it. Karens.
Exactly.
But,
exactly. Yeah.
You know, I know there's people who don't agree with it, people who do agree with it. But I'm in the middle. You know, I understand it. But I just do it just to not have to deal with the bull.
Yeah. That's true. Some people really get they get too invested in it.
Very flustered.
Like they get so worked up. You're like, dude, relax. Like it's really.
This one person at work saw somebody without a mask.
Oh my god, did they lose
hauled ass to the other side of the aisle, just running with a cart and everything. Like they weren't having it.
Just because you didn't have a mask on?
Just because like they took the mask off because we're allowed, like, real quick, if we have like hard candy, we're allowed to have hard candy. You're allowed to take it off quick to eat and then put it back on. Right, yeah. So the guy took the mask down to try to eat something, and then someone saw him go in to eat and it just ran away. Like, no risk. I'm not.
That's absolutely nutty, bro. That's crazy. That's craziness. You know what? I guess for me, like, listen, I guess for a lot of the like mask stuff, I don't really give a shit. Like, but I'm definitely burning mine. I mean, that's just my personal thing on it. Like, I'm not anti-mask. Like, I'll wear a mask if if you're an establishment and you're like, look, we have, like, you know, some of our employees are immunocompromised. We want to protect them. I'll throw a mask on because I'm not going to be a douchebag. But, like, I don't know. I just don't want to wear one when I'm walking around because it's already hard enough for me to breathe. And because my doctor said I have big tonsils, whatever that means.
Get them removed.
Bro, they said that's mad painful though. Like, they said that shit's pain. They said that shit's stupid painful as an adult.
Pain is temporary.
Greatness is forever.
Not breathing is forever.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man. I guess that's just my personal thing, and I'm glad that PA is finally opening up. That's just my biggest thing. Like, it's good to see. Like, I'm a basketball guy. I know you're not really a big sports guy, but they had fans, and that was always good to see fans. See these insane Philadelphia fans like losing their mind and cursing at the players when they do bad. It's always fun to watch stuff like that. So I miss it, and I think they're doing a full open, like I think Wolf is lifting all the restrictions on. Well, I think he already lifted the mask mandate, but he's lifting, like, now you have to have like the 50% rule and all these different things. Now he's lifting all of it, so all of it's going away. So everything's going to be full capacity to the state, and obviously it's going to be up to the local, like, municipal governments to fully open everything up. Mm-hmm. But the CDC was like, yeah, like, you can do whatever you want, like, you're chilling, because we've already reached herd immunity, meaning, like, there's more people that are vaccinated that can actually they can actually get it. Because if not, like, because that's what we were worried about, was like the overwhelming of hospitals, because they don't want, like, they don't want people to, like,
everybody getting sick, running to the hospital at one time. Yeah,
and then actually taken away from, like you may have COVID, but then this guy's having, like, a heart attack, and I got to treat like 10 COVID patients before I treat this guy with a heart attack. Like, you know, I know if that was my grandfather or, like, someone that I loved, I would want that person to get good treatment. So, but the problem is they lied to us. Like, the government lied, you know. And one thing that we talked about on here was, like, if this was going to be kind of similar to, like, you know, like during the Depression, a lot of the, like, American families didn't really fuck with the banks after that. Like, a lot of them kept cash. Like, they paid their taxes, like, at the end of the year. They didn't really fuck with banks, so they took all their money out of the banks because the banks got bailed out. The banks got their money back, but people who lost their savings kind of got fucked.
Basically.
So I think that, like, this is, like, kind of our version of that. Like, our generation's version of, like, saying kind of like we don't trust the government. You know what I mean? And then in the 60s, it was like all these assassinations and shit like that, and secret societies and all that stuff. I don't think it's that deep, but this is like, you've been lying to us from the beginning.
I mean, how many movies and shows do we have out there, and shorts do we have out there?
Yeah.
All showing corrupt governments.
Exactly.
So on and so forth.
Exactly, yeah. And it's just kind of a pain in the ass, man. Because it's like, I mean, at some point, it's like, if you're just honest, if you're like, look, we don't really know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? At least if you're honest, people will be like, well, whatever. But if you're like the first thing, like Fauci, he came out and he was like, oh, you don't wear a mask because it's not going to be that serious, and you don't want to play with your face and blah 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 blah. He did a whole like 60 minutes interview about not wearing a mask, and it was, the whole point of that was you really needed a mask, but they had a shortage on masks, so they were trying to get the mask to the people in the hospital. But if you just said that, if you just said, look, we're running short on masks, we're just going to give them to the people that actually need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you lied to us.
Do you not remember what happened when they said that with gasoline? What is happening?
Bro, did you see that lady putting gas in a hamper?
In bags. In bags.
Bro.
In the trunk of his car.
Why? Like, what was the point of that? Because the pipeline was like up and running like a few days later.
Because humans are stupid.
That's
Plain and
very
simple.
true.
A lot of humans make very stupid decisions.
Yeah. It's just that mob mentality. You know, it's just like, but even though like that's a mob mentality for me too. Because like, if you got up and just ran out of here, I would run behind you.
Yeah, I mean, I just ran out for no reason.
Yeah, and I don't even know why. Like, even if you were just like, I would just see what you would do. I'd be like, all right, let's go back and finish the pod. Like, just to see what.
This is actually,
You know what I mean? Like, see what I'm
over
saying?
to the right and you looked.
Like, just because. Like, I don't need to figure out why you're doing it, right? And some people are like, sheep. You know, sheep. You figure out sheep. We're like, bro, get out. Come on, stop. Like, if one of your friends, like if a good friend of you came over to you, like, bro, we got to go. We got to bounce. Are you going to be like, nah, bro, I'm not a sheep. I'm a sheep dog. I'm a sheep dog. Stop looking over there, bro. You're freaking me out. Yeah, they're like, I'm a wolf
You're
dog.
freaking me out.
Yeah, like I'm a wolf dog. Yeah, like I'm a wolf dog. Like, shut up with that wolf dog shit, bro. That shit's not real. But speaking of mobs, though. Speaking of mobs, we got the Israel-Palestine thing that we didn't actually talk about. I think I touched on it with the special ep with Pop Dukes in his he has a, so my voice is, I think it's like a baritone / bass. His is a double bass. Double bass.
So, like, are we talking deeper than Shaq, higher than Shaq?
I'm pretty sure he's either at Shaq or a little bit deeper.
At Shaq.
Yeah.
At Shaq.
I'm telling you. You want to hear it? You want to hear like his voice here? I'll show you, because this, and there's no copyright, because it's my John.
It's my John.
This is my John right yonder. But it's true. It's truly insanity how deep his voice is. Come on, we're special episode number 2. But we touched on the Israel-Palestine thing, and I don't know, it was kind of like whatever. You know what I mean? Or not whatever, but we touched on it, but it really wasn't, oh, if you want to skip past that's just the intro. But if you skip past it, I introduce him and stuff.
Hold up. I heard part of it.
Bro.
Okay, you got me. Yep.
Son.
Yep. There we go. Got that Sam Elliott voice going.
Son, his voice is so nice. Oh my gosh.
Silky smooth.
It's bro. I heard it as soon as, because so we came down here. I was actually sitting there. We came down. He sat down here, and as soon as I turned the mic on, it was just on. I was like, holy crap! I was like, God, is that you? Seriously, but we touched on Israel-Palestine, and I think we were actually talking about like the whole mob culture and how like people just kind of follow stuff. And I think that's kind of what's going on with Israel Palestine. Like, I don't really know why they're fighting, but it just kind of seems like everyone is fighting in the Middle East. So they're just like, Israel and Palestine were like, we're just going to get after it. We're just going to fucking go.
Who wants the hands?
Exactly, yeah.
Hands is rated E for everyone.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what Israel said to Palestine, bro. But Palestine is so big. Like, it's a humongous country. And Israel's mad little. But Israel has so much technology, bro.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Yeah. Well, like, so I guess this is, like, look, I don't know everything. You know what I mean? Like right. There's obviously things that we're not going to know. And if you're close to the situation, then feel free to like leave a comment. Let us know. You know, hit up the Lunch Table Podcast on Instagram. Plug. If we got anything wrong, or on Twitter even. But
or Facebook.
Yeah, or Facebook. Yeah. Where if you get too crazy, Jason's he's gonna ban that ass. So watch out. So watch out.
Watch out.
So watch out. He's gonna hit you with a chair, and then he's gonna hit you with a chair and say adios, puto. Right, but Israel Palestine. Apparently, this goes back to like, you know, Israel just keeps taking Palestine's like land, essentially, and I guess the big fight was over Jerusalem because I think Jews claim it as, which is Israel is essentially. If you guys don't know, like after the World War, the Allied powers essentially was like, we need to figure out what we're going to do with a lot of these Jewish people, because Hitler during the Nazi regime, Hitler just rounded them all up and had them in the same places, which were the concentration camps, right? So once we liberated them, we're like, well, what do we supposed, like, we have millions and millions of people who are displaced from their homes, and we just don't know what to do with them. So they kind of were like, they went down to the Middle East, and the Middle East at the time was real tribal, and it had countries and stuff because it was like Iraq and stuff like that were developed, and Iran,
right?
But they just kind of took a little piece of all the existing countries and made Israel, and because that's where the Jews' historic homeland was, down in the Middle East. So they just sent them. They said, look, you can go to Israel. We'll sponsor you. We'll make sure that you're good to go. We'll give you all the new planes and trains and trucks and all that stuff that you need, and we'll just back you 100% because, you know, they're essentially just the descendants of people that were rounded up, right? And I think that what ended up happening was they kind of divided these, and this is off of like stuff I learned like 5 years ago, so I could be wrong, but they essentially just, at that moment, there was these tribal people that were living there, and they were like, I think, of Palestine. And so they were like, kind of like how when the U.S. bought California, there was Mexicans that were living there. And then they're like, no, now you're in America. And he's like, all right, I guess we just stay here then.
Okay.
Like, I guess we stay.
Okay, I guess I stay.
I guess I stay here. So like that's pretty much exactly what happened, right? Like they went down to do this stuff, and like some Palestinians who are Arab, or like Arabic, like Muslim Arabic people, were like, all right, I guess we're just going to mob here now. Like, we're Israeli now. You know what I mean? But they didn't want to give up because Israeli's mostly Jewish. Like, literally Jewish stars on the Israeli flag. Yeah. So they just didn't want to give it up. And they were like, nah, I'm not really fucking with that, with the Jewish stuff is what the Muslims, like people of Islam said. And they've just been coming beefing ever since. And then I think Jerusalem I think at the time was in Palestine. It was in Palestinian territory. And so Israel was like, nah, we need that. Which is crazy because like Christians, Jews, and Muslim people all hold Jerusalem as like a holy site.
Right.
They're all like, all those religions are kind of entwined in that area. So it's like how can you say, because the Christians are like, no, that's our stuff too. And then the Jewish people are like, no, that's our land too. And then the Muslim people are like, that's our land too. So you have two of the biggest, or three of the essentially the biggest, like religions in the world, all fighting over like this one spot of land. And not so much the Christians, because I think the United States the United States is mostly Christian, so they would come in here and kind of dead that whole wave if that was the case. But you really have two of the biggest, the Jewish people and the Muslim people, kind of fighting over the same land. And I think that's kind of what it is. I think that's what's going on in Israel and Palestine right now. Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of the root of it. But I'm sure that there's like slights that have happened where it's like, look at the Gaza Strip and the bombing and all that stuff.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's my understanding of like that's my limited understanding of like the history between that. So, but I had to get me some water. I didn't dry my mouth out trying to talk about all that stuff.
Dried your mouth out.
I didn't dried out my mouth. But I mean it's craziness, and a lot of people like I think Hamas, who was like on behalf of Palestine, I think they designated it as like a terrorist organization because it was at the same time it's like Hamas, like don't be fucking like I like it's almost in the sense of like I feel bad for Palestine because like that's like Jerusalem was in Palestine
right
before Israel was fucking with it, so like you feel like I would feel so bad for them, but it's like at the same time it's like Hamas, the people that they're like looking up to, keeps fucking shooting at Israeli people and killing them. So it's like, bruh, I would be on your side if you just.
I want to help you, but you're not letting me help you.
That's exactly what it is. Like I'm
like Stella.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I would be 100% on your side, but just don't be poking the bear, bro. Like stop sitting there fucking with Israel. Like I know Israel's doing some foul shit, right? I would be on your side to do that. But the weird thing is like a lot of like your evangelical Christians, like a lot of the Baptists, so like they catch the Holy Ghost and all that stuff. Like those guys are all about Israel. Like they back Israel 100% because I guess this is what I guess the thing is, and I've heard this is like second third hand information, but I guess the meaning behind it is because like the Savior, the Messiah, is going to come back and then he's going to kill all the Jews. So they're like, no, but like, bro, just leave the Jews alone. The Messiah's going to handle it. Like, isn't that weird? Like they support Israel because all the Jewish people are supposed to come together and be one, and the Messiah comes back and just murks them. So like, look, I didn't write this. That stuff, it's just what they believe in. Yeah, like I didn't come up with that. That wasn't something that I came up with. But that is just that's what I heard. That's what I heard, which is like, that's kind of fucked up, bro. That's like I'm just rooting for you, but I'm just rooting for you because I know once you get together, you're just gonna get murked.
Exact opposite happens. Don't get murked.
And they all become Messiahs. We're like, oh my god,
why did we listen to them?
yeah, we gotta go to Palestine. Like, yo, my fault, bro.
They try to warn us for years.
No, like my fault, Palestine. Like I didn't know this was going on. I didn't know. I didn't know, bro. But imagine you get to heaven and like you kind of like see this is what makes sense about like being semi like atheist, right? Like just saying I don't know what I believe in, or like what is that thing called where they're like they don't believe in religion, they just believe in like
that's atheism. If you don't believe in anything, you're atheist.
Right. And there's one that's in between. It's like
I remember there was one, I forget what it was called. You believe there's a higher power, but you don't
that one,
know
yeah.
Specifically, yeah.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it's like the only thing, like the cool thing about that is that you can be like, I just believe there's a higher power, but then you can kind of like form to what it is. So if you get up there and it's like Hinduism, you're like, see, I knew there was a higher power, right? But if you get up there and you're a Christian and Vishnu is like, yo, really? You thought there was one God, son? Like the dude with all the hands just starts slapping you with all his hands, and then you get sent down to like hell or whatever that is.
I'm trying to find the name of it, but it doesn't say what the name of it is.
For some reason,
agnostic theism.
Agnostics.
Yeah. When you believe in something but not God, and agnostic theism. I hope I said that right.
That's all right. Well, we can't even offend them. They just don't believe anything.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But you're not right either.
Why would you say something so controversial yet true?
Exactly. But there's still a little wiggle room for you to get in to heaven.
Wiggle waggle.
Yeah, there's still like a little wiggle room for you to get in. You know what I mean? Regardless of who's right. But like for me, I do believe in God. I'm not like a devout Christian.
Right.
But I do believe that God exists. And I think that he's up there, and I still consider myself a warrior.
A warrior.
In the army of Jesus. You know what I mean?
Warrior in the army of Jesus.
Amen. Yeah. But if I get up there and I meet like Allah, I'm like,
You ever watch
Damn,
Superstore?
son. Huh?
That's like you ever watch Superstore?
No, I've never seen it.
They was stuck in a tornado situation. Homeboy started praying to every god. Allah, please say everything gets better. And just, thanks, Allah. Like confused as to who he should thank.
Seriously, I don't know. Religion's kind of one of those things that like people they're super hypersensitive about it, and they're like just because like I don't agree with you doesn't mean I'm attacking you as a person. You know. Did you see that little Nas X video?
Which one?
Where he like the new one, the Montero.
I heard the
like
song, but my girl played the song. I looked at it. No.
You didn't see it?
Never again.
He's like giving a lap dance to the devil and like.
I heard about it. I just haven't watched it.
That was so weird to me. Like it was just weird because like
went from Old Town Road to that.
Yeah, it's like what a flip. You know what I mean? You went from Old Town Road to like giving the devil a lap dance. But I'll tell you what kind of fucked me up though. Here's what fucked me up. I didn't know what was going on. Like I saw Twitter was going crazy. I saw Instagram was going crazy, but I didn't know about who or about what. Right? All I saw was some cakes, right? I saw some luscious ebony cakes, right? And I just saw like a weird like entity looking at them. I was like, damn, that kind of like them cakes look kind of nice. Like, but then I realized that it was Lil Nas X's cakes. And I was like, and then I realized that feature was the devil. I was like, yo, son, like I need context. I was like, I can't be out here bad like that again, yo. It's look, nothing again. Like, look, if you want to have your cakes out, you want to have assless chaps. No harm, no foul. But I had no right to be like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't even know
some nice cakes, and then you find out you're staring at a dude.
For real, I was like, damn, son.
You took an L on that one, Chief.
I did. I was like, damn, yo. I was like, shit. I was, and then
Ron Simmons.
Damn. Exactly. I was like, it's like, damn. You know what I mean? I was feeling some type of way, but I mean, there's nothing I could do. I'd already thought about it.
You already saw it. You just gotta bleach your eyes.
I'd already committed, and I was like, shit, yo.
We're committed. We're going all the way through it.
Yeah, I had to go all the way through it. So.
When you ate the Rice Krispie in high school, it tastes like cardboard. Then why are you still eating it? I paid for it, so I'm committed.
Yo, I liked our school lunches though. Or I didn't like
some.
Yeah, I didn't like the white pizza.
Disgusting.
Yeah, the white pizza with the broccoli, that was ass.
I got extra pizza on that one day and just regretted it.
Yeah.
The regular pizza leftover was pretty bad too.
Oh yeah, because they would just heat it up. Big Daddy Pizza was good.
Yes, always
that was
got
good.
to. Always.
Big Daddy Pizza was good.
Big chicken, good days.
Big chicken. Oh, and they give you the hot
pep and
sauce.
Cheese sticks. The pep and cheese
pep
sticks.
And son. Bro, you said, you know, the crazy thing is, like, you know how fat I am, right? Like, I'm so fat that you said that, and I tasted it, bro. I was like,
we both did. We both did. I forgot who it was, but someone used to never eat them. Got them, but never ate them. Just, run them. Let's
run me my shit. I forget who it was. I know exactly who you're talking about, too. Because remember one day was it a boy or a girl? Because there was one person I tried to get.
I remember there was one day that I had 6 altogether. 2 from someone else. No, I think that was extra, and then somebody gave me 2. I had extras, and then somebody else gave me 2.
Yeah. Well, I tried to get them. I didn't have lunch because I ran out of lunch money because I would eat it all and lunch money in like the first like 2 days. Right? And then I was like, fuck, man. Like I knew they didn't eat it, and I was like, yo, please just get extras, bro. Like, just hook me up, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't think they ever did, but it was whatever. It was fine though.
It was an attempt made. That's all that matters. The attempt was made.
I know, right?
Successful or not, the attempt was made. That's all that mattered.
Yeah. It's like you don't know if you don't ask. You know, so he told me to go fuck myself. I was like, all right, fine.
Well, then you knew.
Like it was whatever.
And you realize you will never ask again.
Yeah, and I realized I'm gonna have to jump this person, cause this person great physical harm. I have to call this person great physical harm now. After that, but yeah, man, pep and cheese sticks, and that was borderline a hate crime. I was about to commit a hate crime against him for not giving me what I felt I deserved.
I deserve this.
Yeah. But wow. Speaking of hate crimes, Biden signed this anti-Asian hate law into to act. You know what I'm saying? So I guess well, I mean it's an anti-Asian hate bill. It's like a civil rights bill for Asian people. I mean, that's good.
I'm glad they did something.
Yeah.
You know, the one day at the gym, there was a video playing on the news from just a random dude just decided to randomly kick an Asian lady.
Yeah.
And then he kicks her again while she's on the ground.
And was it that one where there was like bouncers? It was like from the inside of a hotel room.
I don't remember if it was inside of a hotel. It was definitely like a store or something. So it could have been a hotel. It could have been a store.
Yeah. Well, because there was one that I saw that I don't know if I told you about it. I don't know if you heard about, but there was one from inside of a hotel room, or it's inside of a hotel lobby,
right?
And there's these bouncers sitting inside of the hotel lobby.
I remember hearing about it. I believe
This old Asian woman is getting like fucked up outside of the thing,
and they didn't do.
They
nothing?
closed the doors because the doors were open. They just went and they just closed the fucking doors.
Did anything happen to the bouncers?
I think the facility itself fired the bouncers, and had to hire new ones, which is good. But
you deserve that.
Facts. What the fuck? Like how could I trust? And plus, the thing is, like, not only did you see like another human being get fucked up,
and you just did nothing.
And you did absolutely nothing.
Just closed the door.
Exactly. Like, how am I supposed to trust you as a bouncer? Like, your job is to get people that are causing problems out of my establishment. So how can I trust you?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, he was out of the establishment in a sense.
Yeah, but I mean, like that. It's got to be a sense of human decency, though. Like I get it, right? Like I get it's like
part, but like they definitely should have went over. Yo, chill out, bro.
For sure. And it's like it's not like there were some like scrawny dudes. I mean, they were humongous. Like they were. It was like four of you and Frankie sitting in there, just in their biggest fuck, like just in suits, big as hell. I'm like, but I mean, there's like a small Asian woman. It was like me getting jumped.
What should we do? I know what to do. Problem solved.
They're like, you want some pizza? You want some bagels, yo?
Yeah. That's probably exactly what happened too. Right after.
Yeah, he was like, you want some pizza? They're like, watch out, don't step on the blood. This lady just got stomped out over there. That'd be so foul, son. But yeah, he was. I don't know, man. That's all. I mean, it was outside the business, but to a certain extent, I feel like I have to have some human decency. But at the same time, I don't know what I would do in that situation. You know what I mean? Because if the dude was like really kicking, like if he had like some kind of like if he kicked like Izzy, like Israel Adesanya, I'd be like, listen, Asian woman, like I'm gonna go out there and stop it, but that's gonna be at the expense of my teeth. Yeah. So if he's kicking like fucking Izzy from the UFC, I'd be like, "Ooh, are you still having the UFC or like nah?"
I watch videos every now and then. Like there's certain fighters I'll follow, but not too many.
Like who do you fuck with? Like do you know Izzy, Israel Adesanya?
I definitely know him.
Do you like him?
He fucks with anime. You saw his Lambo?
Oh yeah.
Gorgeous.
Didn't he say he just bought it because it reminded him of an anime character? He
bought it and called it Kurama after the Nine Tails in Naruto.
Oh, was that his Lambo or his McLaren?
Lambo. Or was it the McLaren?
I just know about the McLaren. I mean, he might have bought a Lambo because he's fucking rich, but I saw the McLaren that he bought because it said it reminded him of an anime character. I don't know, but he might have bought a Lambo. I don't know, but I just know about the McLaren though.
It was either the McLaren or I think it was the McLaren then. Yeah.
Because it's like orange. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He named it Kurama.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I feel like anime culture is so big. I feel like I'm just one of those guys that are missing it.
You don't get one little spoonful and then you'll start watching it. Because Frankie was the same exact. I was the only one out of all of us that was watching anime.
Yeah, you were on it.
Since high school, I was watching anime.
Yeah, you were on it. Yeah, you're an OG. So anyone else that thinks they're OG?
I got Frankie one little spoonful of a good show. After that, he watched another show. After that, he watched another show. Next thing you know, he's like,
yo, guys,
he has
when we
like
watching
10 different animes that he's watched in total. Around.
When him and Eric and Vinny were supposed to watch something.
They were watching Overlord all 4 of us were watching Attack on Titan. We're watching Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, because now
It's been like a solid 2 months since we continued. To be fair, like it is partially my fault and Frankie's fault.
Why?
No, it's all Vinny's fault. Because he's the only one that goes to bed early.
It's gotta be Vinny's fault.
I stay up till 2 at the latest.
Yeah, it's gotta be Vinny's fault.
It's gotta be Vinny's fault.
Yeah.
Frankie gets out of work at 12.
Yeah, we'll hash that out when we get to Ohio.
We will.
Vinny.
We will.
We'll hash it the fuck out.
We'll hash this out.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking. I'm super pumped. I'm super fucking pumped to go, bro. I can't wait.
I am too. I can't wait to throw Vinny in the gorilla enclosure. Drop kick him.
We'll see him just get drug around through a small pond. He's like, help. We're like, sorry, Vinny. we gotta get the ratings.
Swing.
I'm like, Vinny, you're supposed to lay on your stomach. He lays on his stomach, gets a finger in his ass, like a gorilla finger. We're like, maybe it was your back.
Bob and wave. No.
Yeah, we're like, go up in the tree. And then he was like, no, don't go up in the tree.
We're always mean to him. But,
yeah, but he is
love. We do it out of love.
Yeah, it's like but you guys will hear why we're so mean to him, but it's because he's so cool about it.
He is.
Like he
that's
really.
The best part. We all roast him. Get off my dick, bro. Like that's his response.
Yeah, and like he doesn't get mad, but that's just kind of been the way that we talk about him. You know what I mean? But I think it's more so I just like listening. I like hearing his reactions to it.
I feel like there's some days some of us send him over the edge more than others.
Yeah. There are days where he'll get mad, but those days are few.
Mad.
Those days are few in between. It usually, oh gosh,
just maybe once every 2 months.
Yeah, and that's usually just because he's having a bad day.
Yeah,
and then he gets on. He's like whatever, bro. He's like real quiet. He doesn't talk. He's like, yo, you good, Vinny? He's like, yeah, I'm good, bro. And that's it. And then you're like, yeah, he's mad. He's always big mad.
Someone pissed in his Cheerios today.
Yeah. But I can't wait to get out there. I can't wait to have strippers shaking their titties in his face. Like, I can't wait.
Raising Cane's.
Donatos.
Not sponsored by either, but
Listen, not sponsored by either, but if you want to, at the Lunch Table Pod Outlook.
You don't go over there, wear shirts. you gotta have shirts made, bro. I'll wear it to work.
Shirts made? I want to get merch
to work.
We want to get merch. Yeah, I want to get merch for real.
You make tank tops. I will wear them to work. I'm not joking.
Tanks? Are you a tank guy or a short sleeve guy?
Short sleeve tanks, whichever. Right. I like tank tops more because, especially when we go to the gym.
Right.
You gotta show the arms a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little.
I want to get OG shirts.
Right.
Like I want to get shirts for the squad. Right. Like I want to get shirts for us, Vinny. You know what I mean? Like I want to get shirts that we have so we could wear. But then if people fuck with them enough, if listeners want to get shirts, buy merch, stuff like that, then we can put them out.
There you go.
But yeah.
Start off small.
Yeah, start off small. Get some shirts for the squad.
Test the waters.
Yeah, and I want to get some dope ones too. So I got to hit up a friend of mine, because she does she's artsy and stuff like that. So I'm like, well, what do I what goes well with this? What's a nice color? You know what I mean? Like good colors together and stuff like that. So, but yeah, bro, definitely trying to get OG merch. I want to get merch that says OG on it, but maybe not purple because we're too Hispanic for that. I want to get pressed up on some.
You're too Hispanic for that. Latin Kings is gold.
Oh, it's okay. All right, so we're good. Purple's good. I like purple then.
I forgot who purple was.
It's it is. They press up on us yo, let me see your crown. I'm like, listen, it's a podcast. But I do like the
Grape Street Crips. That's what purple is.
Yikes! Grape Street's kind of close. I'm sure it's not Grape Street and Whitehall. Yeah,
this is Grape Street and Whitehall. Ain't no dumb shit happening here.
There's one guy at a bus stop. He's like, "Yo, here, cuz." We're like, "Shut up, son. Ain't anybody fuck with your gang." Yeah, but listen, if you are gang, bro, don't fuck with me, son. Just let me rock. Let me rock. I don't know nothing about this.
I don't know nothing about this.
I ain't see you do nothing. But
see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil.
Facts. That's what I'm at. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing.
That's the motto.
Yeah.
The life motto.
They'll be like, you ain't see nothing. I'm like, what? You ain't see nothing. I'm like, what I didn't see?
Nothing.
I'm playing so exactly,
bro. When you do that with people and they don't know what you're trying to do, it's like, but you can't tell anyone. Tell anyone what? You can't tell anyone. Tell anyone what? You can't tell anyone.
Like,
does this guy not get what I'm trying to get at?
It's like, yo, you're a tard, son. Like you really should be like doing foul stuff. You're gonna tell yourself, but
and then they do tell them themselves.
That's exactly what happens. You're like,
friggin' Jackie Chan mean face. What? You tell me not to tell anybody. You just ran in your whole mouth.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly. That's, bro. I can't. Yo, it got super silent here because the little air thing turned off.
The little air thing turned off.
Yeah, the air conditioner. But no, I guess just putting a button on the Asian hate law. Don't
we definitely jumped out on that one.
We definitely
jumped back to Ohio.
Yeah, we jumped all over the place. But no, the Asian hate law, Biden, I think he passed it. Pretty sure he passed it and it's gonna sign. But yeah, I mean, you know, don't fucking beat up Asian people. Like, I guess that's not really that hard, you know, unless you're like really like, you shouldn't be that upset because it's not their fault. You know what I mean? Like, it's nobody's fault. It's a fucking pandemic. It would have made its way here. It's
one person's fault.
Yeah. So fuck that guy. But like, it's not the Asian people's fault. You know what I mean?
Or girl.
Yeah. Fuck that singular Asian person. If that's even the case.
Sometimes, because, you know. Certain.
Yeah. The Asian person / you know, whatever else you identify as, or a helicopter, or, you know, whatever. Dude, did you know the LGBT like Q thing? That's like mad. It's mad long now.
Mm.
Like, it's LGBTQ2 AAPISI.
I'm really about to look this up.
I'm serious, bro. It's crazy.
I'm really about to look this up.
It's nuts. But like, because back when we were in high school, oh my God, that I never thought I would say that. But because when we were in high school,
Don't say long ago. That wasn't that long ago. That was 5 years ago. That wasn't that long.
Yeah. No, it's 6. Yeah,
6 now.
But no, they just had the GSA. That's all it was. The Gay Straight Association. That was just GSA. And then, but LGBT makes sense.
LGBT 2/T QQIAA. And there's pluses. Why are you laughing?
Why is there that many motherfuckers that like different shit? Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, why is there that many? Like, what? Like, I don't understand it. I don't get, like, what is the plus side? You know?
That's all of them right there.
All right, so it's LGBTQQIAA.
What about the 2? You missed the 2.
The 2.
It was 2/T, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it was just TT.
TT 2/T.
Okay, TT 2/T. Two Spirit. Wait, so there's two trans.
There's definitions on, like, if you keep going, there's definitions for what each one is.
Wait, so there's 2 trans now. There's transgender and transsexual. What's the difference?
Transgender is an umbrella term for people whose gender identity differs from what is typically associated with the sex they were assigned at birth.
But you don't get assigned.
And then transsexual is experience a gender identity inconsistent or not culturally associated with the sex they were assigned at birth.
Wait, so what? That just means the same thing. Yeah, because I guess the way we were taught in psychology was like gender was like it's a social thing, right? So like they like race, right? Like race truly doesn't really exist outside of, like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't really, because a race is like a cat is a different race from a dog.
Right.
Like that's the only thing that it's a species thing. But in America, we had Polish people, we had English people, we had people from all over the place. So we had to distinguish them from one another. So they were like, okay, so these people that are the same skin tone are white. That's their race. These people with the same skin tone are black. That's their race. The race. So like that kind of that's where the race came from. So that's when you say like age, race, you know, stuff like that. And then gender was the same thing. So gender was put onto these job applications for like you put gender female instead of putting sex on there. Right? So gender in and of itself was just something to put on a fucking job application. But people, they ran with it. They were like, that's a spectrum, and it's a little bit. It's like, no, it's not. It's like it's gender just it's a reflection of your sex, what you were born at, and that's male, female. You know what I mean? And it's not. I don't hate anybody that identifies as whatever, but I just think that other shit is kind of bullshit. I just think like, you know what it's kind of like. It's kind of like you know when like you trying to one up your friend, like you like, you know, or you know what it's like when you have some, like we all know somebody that is like well versed on something, and they try to tell you that they're well versed on it without telling you. You know what I mean? Like someone who goes to business school, they're like, well, you know,
yeah, you know, there's only 5 mammals that lay eggs. Only 5. Wink.
I know platypus is one.
Echidna is number 2.
A kitten?
Echidna.
Echidna, what is that?
Echidna. You know Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog? Mm-hmm. Knuckles is supposed to be an echidna.
Oh, really?
I saw one before, a long time ago at the zoo, at Philly Zoo, but they didn't have that exhibit open. It's like not porcupine. What's the small ones called? It looks like a hedgehog in a sense.
Oh,
but a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I got you. It's kind of like how
like I said, it literally looks like a hedgehog. Just a little different.
Okay, that's kind of dope actually.
Echidna.
But yeah, but see, like how I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Or no, like you know somebody
well
that
versed in something.
Yeah, somebody that's well versed. They try to tell you something without really trying to tell you, right? Like someone that goes to business school, they're like, "Well, I have a diverse portfolio of interesting spectrum model," and you know what I mean. Like they use a bunch of big words that like you're like
very good at Excel.
Yeah, exactly. Right? They're like, I am abnormally proficient in. You know what I mean? It's like really, like you really have to like use all those big words. You know what I mean? It's like it's ridiculous, and that's kind of what that seems like to me. Where it's like, if you want to be gay, be gay. But gay is so normal now. You know what I mean? Like there's millions of gay people. Nobody like, I think for the most part, our generation, like we're both 24. Nobody gives a fuck. Like I've never saw a gay person and been like, I'm gonna hurt that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like I've never like I may want to hurt them for other reasons, like if they're a douche, but I never want to hurt somebody just because they're gay. You know what I mean? Like it's stupid to me. You know, and if you want to be trans, that's legit. You know what I mean? Like if you want to be she, I'll call you she.
You
I don't care.
Whatever you want, I'm okay with all. Like whatever you are, you know, I have no issues personally with people following through with their beliefs. You know, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. Who am I to come at you for your beliefs? Who are you to come at me for my beliefs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Like I'm not gonna like champion hate or anything like that, but I don't know. To me, it just seems like different, like varying degrees of like they're like, well, I'm transsexual. Like, oh really? Really? You want to hear something? I'm transgender, and they're like, what? Like it just blows their mind. You know what I mean? Like, or you know what it's like? You ever seen American Psycho?
I feel like I have. I just can't remember if I did.
It's with Christian Bale, and he's like he like talks in his mind. He's like a psychopath, and he's like, well, there's a scene in it. There's a scene in it where like they all have these business cards because he works as like a president,
right?
And he's like he's like in his own mind, and he's like they're like. He's like, check out my new business card. And he like slides it, slides in the middle. They're like, whoa. They're all like looking at the business card. They're like, yo, the card's dope. And he goes, you ain't seen nothing yet. And the other guy pulls out his business card and they start showing it. And he's like, he starts getting, you could tell like he's starting to get mad. He's like, nice. Like he's starting to, like he's holding in the rage. And then the one guy that he doesn't like, spoiler alert, the guy that he kills after the scene,
spoiler alert.
Well, he gets super jealous of him. Yeah, his name is Paul Allen. He's played by Jared Leto, the guy that plays the Joker. Yeah, so he's played by Jared Leto, and he's like, let's see Paul Allen's card, and that's who Jared Leto plays. And he's like, the guy pulls it out of his jacket pocket, and he looks at it, and he's like, oh, you know, like you see him just start to sweat. He's like the tasteful thickness of it. Like he's talking in his mind. He's like, look at that print. The tasteful thickness of it. the color. He's like, it even has a watermark. Like he just
It even has a watermark.
Yeah, and he's like losing his mind, like looking at this thing.
Sitting there breathing.
Yeah,
It's a watermark.
and the guy next to him is like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And he's like losing his mind because his psychopathic ways are starting to show, like they're starting to each out, and so he just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like that's just kind of how I feel that stuff is. It's like they're just kind of comparing and contrasting, which is fine.
Just measuring up,
but like they just don't admit it. You know what I mean? Like it's if it's like that, then admit it's like that, and it's cool, right? But if not, then you still like tend to defend it. It's like whatever. But again, I don't know shit about it, so if someone is out there, let me know in the comments, baby.
we do not proclaim to be experts in anything.
I'm not experts in any of this stuff. We're just talking. That's exactly what it is. We're just a couple dudes talking about stuff, chilling,
talking about stuff and chilling.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. So something else is pretty cool. Real heavy on the politics stuff, just because that's just what current events is. I feel like that's what it's become, at least. But you remember January 6th when they invaded the what's it called? The
Capitol
building? Well, I guess the White House launched a commission to investigate it. So they all voted on like the special commission that's going to investigate the January 6th, what they call insurrection, quote unquote. And I think that's what should happen. I mean, because that was ridiculous. That was fucking crazy.
Flabbergasting.
I mean, like,
big words.
I mean, seriously, like if me and you just like, like, what if we just walked up and we're like, yeah, when we get into the Capitol building, they would pepper spray us. Exactly.
No.
They would pepper spray us and they would Rodney King the fuck out of us. They'd be like, fuck you talking about, right? We just get our ass beat. You're right. But it's like, they just let him in.
They would give us the 8-piece original from KFC.
That's what it would be.
That's what they would do.
Yeah. And they would not spare the biscuit or the gravy. Yeah.
They would not spare the sweet corn either.
Oh my God. That sweet corn. Bro, I'm getting hungry, bro. I'm like,
we would get done like the dude that stabbed a Marine that was handing out toy for tots.
Oh my God, yeah. You remember? Yeah, I saw that.
I had that picture on my iPhones though. The iPhone 4.
Yeah. And what is it like? It was like six or seven of them. They just fucked him
I think
up.
it was 4. He was running out stealing a laptop, I think, from Best Buy.
Yeah.
And then he stabbed one of the Marines that was handing out Toys for Tots stuff.
Yeah.
And, obviously the police and ambulance were called,
Yeah.
The Marine for his stab, the other guy for multiple contusions, multiple broken bones, multiple broken ribs, lacerations.
Yeah.
Busted jaw, I believe, broken nose, all sustained from when he tripped over the curb after stabbing the Marine.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know about you, but I 100% believe that he tripped over the curb. Those Marines did not touch him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely, yeah, he didn't get touched at all.
Disciplined for that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they fucked him up, son. They commenced an ass whooping. They were like, "Yo, you're bleeding?" Yes.
Like, can you imagine if you were the one that got stabbed? You just still jump in on him, just start pounding on the dude. Just, hold on, he stabbed me. I'm getting my hits.
You just kick him with like your polished shoes. You're like, psh, and that's it. Continue on, boys. But yeah, they launched a commission, and you know what the crazy thing is like how do you allow something like that to happen? You know what I mean? Like what is the fucking
enough people inside to fight it off?
You know what I'm saying? But like, even before that,
be enough people though.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
A place that's supposed to secure like one of the most important people of your country, and you telling me you don't have military forces like ready to fucking go at a moment's notice? You know what I'm saying? I mean, they do, but like none on the property other than Secret Service. Yeah,
and apparently, this is why the what's his name? The guy that was what do they call it? The chief of police, right? He was the head of the Capitol Police. They asked him, like the National Guard came to him and was like, "Are you going to need like? There's supposed to be a demonstration. Are you going to need like people? Like, are you going to need like military there to like squash anything that's going to happen?" He was like, no.
We'll be all right.
He was like, nah, bro, we got it.
2 minutes later.
2 minutes later, like someone is literally getting beat with like a Blue Lives Matter flag, like the American flag with a blue line in it. Someone's getting fucking beat with that. I'm like, what was the point of having that flag then if you're going to beat up police officers? Like, there's no point in that.
I go back to my previous statement before. People are stupid.
Exactly. It's like there's no fucking point.
You can't fix it. It's just.
It's mad dumb. It's wild dummy.
It is. It is.
This chair is so squeaky.
This chair is so squeaky.
It's so incredibly squeaky. I don't even know why. But what else? So Trump obviously got mad and because he has 4 years left of eligibility. He can still run again.
Right.
So I guess he is like pissed off at the other Republicans that voted in favor of this commission, and I don't know. Yeah, I think this is just working up his base again. So I don't even want to get too heavy into it. I just feel like it was important to note that.
Don't roast him. He made it once. He'll make it again.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't want him to fight. He might fuck around and win again, and then be like, oh boy, like.
That's what somebody said. They were on a roast show. He was like, I'd roast you for your thoughts of being a president, but the last time I did, the fucker actually did it.
Exactly. See, that was. Yeah,
that's exactly what he said too. The fucker actually did it.
Exactly. It's like LeBron in the playoffs. Like LeBron or Tom Brady in the playoffs. I ain't saying shit because them motherfuckers gonna make me eat my words.
Well, I mean, if it's Brady and the Giants in the playoff.
Yeah. See, I hate that you could say that. It's so irritating.
It's all good. I know my team is shit, but I stick with them at least. Unlike some people I know who jump from team to team to team.
Yeah, Anthony. Bitch ass motherfucker. No, I'm just joking.
I was mentioning someone else. Someone that I know jumped from the Saints. The Saints, and then their team lost, and they jumped to the team that beat the Saints. No, this is my team. No, the Panthers are my team,
Yeah, I don't know who you have to tell me afterwards. Or you have to text
I've been
me.
with the Panthers since the beginning. You didn't see my gear? Yeah, What? I was just wearing Saints gear the other day, wasn't?
Right. No, but this is we me and Frankie have built this as a Eagles podcast, but that can no longer be the case.
I mean, I like the Eagles too. I like the Eagles and the Giants. Oh my God, how can you like two teams on the same?
It's what it is.
I do.
Yeah, like we went to school with Saquon Barkley. So obviously, I would want the Giants to do good because I care about his career.
Like I want the Giants to do good because I've been with them for a while now.
Yeah, and they've
been doing dookie, but
But you got to give props because you could have easily been like, no, bro, I'm like a Washington football team fan.
They have fans.
Exactly. No, they don't. Like it actually was funny because they allowed full capacity to their games and still nobody showed up. Yeah, I mean them stadiums was bare in Washington.
They have fans.
Exactly. Yeah, but the Washington football team is the only team that could allow fans, and none would show up.
Right.
But the only common denominator we have is we fuck Dallas. It was really the common denominator. The Cowboys.
I mean, I think that's like universal. I think like everybody that doesn't like the Cowgirls universally hates that doesn't like the Cowgirls and doesn't like the Patriots.
Yeah,
universally hates both teams.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you can go to just anybody on the street that's not wearing Cowboys gear because that's how you know who likes the Cowboys.
Because they're always wearing the gear.
Always.
Yeah, always.
You go up to someone and you can ask them, "What team do you hate?" I guarantee you they're going to either say Patriots. What was the other one I just said? I completely forgot.
Cowboys.
The Cowboys, the Patriots. Yes, I'm mad how I forgot. We were just talking about the Cowboys. The Cowboys and the Patriots is going to be two of the top answers you're going to fucking hear.
It's got to be. And that's the cool thing about like Tom, about Brady is that like I feel like he kind of shook the Patriots thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like everyone still kind of universally hates the Patriots because of how successful they were, but I don't really hate Tom that much anymore because
because of how much they cheated. But
yeah, exactly. But I don't really hate Tom anymore. For me personally, like I was one of those guys that was like, fuck man, fucking Patriots, bro. But I always I had like a respect for Tom, right? But now that I know like I mean, the dude he won a championship with 2 different teams, and he was a starter. What was it? All the championship games I think he started in and played in and won. So like, it's hard for me to hate on the guy. You know what I mean? Because we know that it wasn't like a machine. You know what I mean? We're like Joe Montana, who was like the team of the 90s or team of the 80s was Joe Montana and the 49ers. That was the team of the 80s. They went to 4 championships, won 4 championships. And everybody was like, is it Jerry Rice? Is it Joe Montana? Or is it the coach? You know what I mean? And so you're kind of like, you can never really separate that. With Tom Brady, you could say, like, it wasn't the coach because he left that coach and then went and won a championship for this other coach. So that's like his greatness stands alone by itself. And that's what I respect about it. But still, fuck the Patriots.
And Cowboys.
And Cowboys.
Cowgirls.
Cowgirls, hoe-ass.
Hoe-asses.
Yeah, hoe-ass boys. Yeah, but this is a Eagles Giants one.
Yep, Eagles Giants. That's how it is.
Eagles Giants. Yeah, but
nice and light with them. Nice and light.
Yeah. What did you say?
I said nice and light with them.
What do you mean like light with them?
Nothing.
I feel like yeah, exactly.
Right over your head.
I think it did.
Right over.
Yeah, I think it did. It went right over my head. What else?
Now you're gonna understand.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So Mayor Lightfoot. I think she's the mayor for Chicago. I think I gotta see if that is correct, because if not correct, I feel like asshole.
Chicago, correct.
She's the mayor for okay. So apparently, I saw this headline that she refuses
56th mayor of Chicago.
Okay, and she's a female, so
Since
shouts out
2019.
Yeah, so shouts out. You know, I got to shout out my black queens, obviously, but she refuses to talk to white reporters, allegedly. Right? Is that what it is, allegedly? So she refuses to talk to white reporters. She said, "Get your fucking cracker asses out of here. We don't need to talk to you." But see, that's so stupid, right? Like. The answer to racism
is not more racism.
It's not reverse racism. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of the thing you got that a lot of people have like screwed up is like we can't like you're never gonna get anywhere by saying, oh, you know, if black people were slighted in this country, which they were, right? Like they were the only black people historically were the only people that were forced to come to the States, right? Like a lot, there's a good chance that if you're black and you're American, your ancestors didn't want to be here,
correct?
Right? And obviously, I think that's changing more now with it's changing more now with just America being an empire. You know what I mean? And being like the superpower, everybody wants to go there for opportunity.
Right.
And I think as time goes on, that'll change. But there's a good chance now that if you're black and you're American, that your family was brought here forcefully. And so it's so fucked that the only race of people that didn't want to come here, that didn't really give a shit about coming here, are the ones that were brought here forcefully, and then they were treated like shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's fucked. It's fucked up and it's not right. And obviously that's something that I don't think anybody would condone. Right? Like nobody's sitting here saying, yeah, you know, you got to choose. Actually, I did see this guy inside. He was they did this thing on South Carolina or whatever.
Right.
And the guy was like, they could say they like white power. He's like, they could say black power and it's okay. But if I say white power, I'm a racist. Or yeah. Because black power was a reaction to white power.
No, I mean,
yeah.
Right.
And so, and historically, white power has always been sort of, it's been tied to the KKK, who who were actively out there saying we don't really like black people, and they threw actively attacking, killing black people, hanging them, they were actively doing this shit, screaming white power. At least I don't know of any person, and it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't make it any better if a black person was saying black power while hanging and lynching white folks. That wouldn't make it any better. You know what I mean? That would be just as foul either way, right? Like if the shoe was on the other foot, it'd be just as foul. But it's just the history that is so fucked up. But I don't think we can't be like, well, black people were slighted in this country, so now we're going to slight white people. Right. That's revenge. That's not progress. That's just revenge. That's just me being a dick. So I don't know. But look,
see, from what I've read so far,
yeah,
this is what I've read from Chicago Tribune, showing you quick, but it shows a quote from her that she's been struck. I've been struck since my first day on the campaign trail back in 2018 by the overwhelming whiteness and maleness of Chicago media outlets, editorial boards, the political press corps, and yes, the City Hall press corps specifically. And then on the next paragraph, it says, she wrote, there are no women of color assigned to the City Hall beat, saying, I find this unacceptable and I hope you do too. In that sense, if that's the way she's putting it, that there should be more people of color allowed to do it. I don't know if they're being allowed or if they're not being allowed. I don't know how that works. But if that's what she's trying to say, that there should be more people of color out there representing and stuff, I agree with that sense. There definitely should.
Yeah, for sure.
It shouldn't just be a whole board of only white people. There should be diversity between that stuff. That's just my opinion, though. Everyone, like I said, everybody's got their own. Yeah.
No, I agree with you, because I think if you have a board that's more representative of your community, and Chicago is a really black city, I think that makes 100%. That makes sense 100%. Yeah, I mean, if you put it like that, then that aspect makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, what happened?
Then later on, it says WBEZ disputed the mayor's observation in a Wednesday story, noting that 2 of its 3 City Hall reporters are women, 1 Hispanic, and the other South Asian.
Oui. Well, all the Mayor Lightfoot.
I tried playing devil's advocate here. You got to play devil's advocate. You got to play both sides.
For sure. Yeah, you got to give that for sure. That's and plus that makes it interesting. That gives us something to talk about. You know what I mean? But no, representation is important, because if it may not be as important to people who are grown. You know what I mean? Like me or you, or people that are older than us, or even people that are just in their 20s or in their teens or whatever. It's important to the kids.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most important part about it, is because if a kid grows up and he says, hey, like you can't tell me that, like, it isn't like if you're a young Hispanic, right, growing up, bro, my dad was trying to get me to play baseball all the time. He was like, my grandma, my uncles were like, mira, you play baseball. You don't run, you play baseball. I'm like, I don't play baseball though. Like, I didn't like baseball, but there was mad Hispanics playing baseball. And like all the like real big names,
we're surprisingly good at it.
Exactly, like all the big names were playing. All like the big names in baseball were all Hispanic people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like Sammy Sosa. I mean, probably not a good example.
A-Rod.
Derek Jeter, who was biracial. I don't know.
I was trying to think of his name, but I couldn't. I was something. It's something with a J. I just can't think of it.
Yeah, Derek Jeter.
I'm mad because the Yankees was my dad's favorite team too.
Hey, the Yankees are fly, bro. No one's catching the Yankees, bro. They have like 120 something championships, some ungodly number or something like that. But I don't even know. I don't really watch baseball like that. But
me neither.
But no. But it was like if you were Hispanic, you wanted to play baseball. You know, that's the people telling you, look, play baseball or something like that. And now, like if you're black, it's like, you know, if you grew up in a black community, it's like sports. You know what I mean? Like any, you could play if you're in this country, you're black. You have literally, you can go into any sport, because every sport is reflective of black people. Like, you can find a black person in every single professional sport in America. You can find a black person that plays it. You know what I mean? And just because they're so fucking good at it. What? What happened?
Swimming.
What happened? Swimming. Well, yeah.
That was on you. All
right, listen, Black Kings. We gotta get pools going. We got come to the pool. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get you right.
Floaties.
I'm a lifeguard. You know what I mean? We get you right. But is it really? I don't know. But you know, that is true though.
I just went off of that from the video. He's like, man, what's wrong, man? When you can't tell your friends nothing. What's wrong, bro? My dad died today. What happened? He drowned. 40 and he can't swim.
That is fucked up. Yeah.
That's how we are to each other.
Yeah, that is. But the humor is like it's a coping mechanism.
It is. It is.
Because like you don't want to be all just moping around all sad and shit. Like we got to pump it up. But yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. That's the new venture. That's a new venture. We have the black people, the brown people. We got to team up and we got to go. Well, actually, you know what? We got to team up. We got to bring some.
Some of us are good at swimming, so
we
got you.
We got for sure. Cubans, I'm looking at you.
Cubans,
Cubano, I'm looking at you, baby. You guys built Miami real nice. We got to get you in the long distance. We got to get you in some endurance sports. But yeah, I do think the representation is important. You should be representative of your community. If your community is diverse, your government should reflect that. And that's not necessarily, again, it's not important to adults, it's important to kids so they can grow up and have people to look to. I
also think we need younger people up in there.
That is big facts.
We got older people making decisions and they're not going to be here to see those decisions through.
Exactly. Like that's the thing with like the first three stimulus, I agree.
Are we getting a fourth?
Apparently.
Don't play me. Don't play me.
They're like legit talking about it. Apparently they're like legit talking about it.
Oh yeah, this next now I'm gonna save this stimmy for a tattoo. Buy something else entirely.
It's all right. I've been telling myself that for how many summers? Like at the end of the Super Bowl, I'm gonna
get myself a tattoo. Buys myself a piano instead. Yep, that's the decision we made.
But that piano's nice though. That's a nice piano.
It was on sale.
Hey.
Yeah.
But no. Apparently we're supposed to be getting some kind of fourth stimulus thing. I guess. I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of people talking about it because it's more so about the COVID opening up. But or it's either the stimulus or there's payments. There's like $300 payments that are coming out. I saw that, but I don't know. I don't think we need another stimulus. I mean, the country's opening back up. It's just time to go out there and get a job, ladies and gentlemen.
But I would also like another stimmy. That would make saving up for a tattoo even better.
For sure. I mean, it's always nice, but like a lot of these people are like real old when it comes to like that stuff. So they're going to be out of here when they have to raise taxes like 4 or 5 times to pay this stuff off. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be like, I'm chilling. They're tax exempt. Right now. They're mobbing, and they're just going to increase the taxes for everyone else.
Listen, they already take enough tax wise.
Exactly.
More than enough.
But they can. I mean, they can pay this.
When we work overtime.
Yeah.
Worked 6 days, only got 800. I was upset. Very upset.
Wow, that's wild, yo.
I mean, it's still money. It still helps. And
money's money, baby. But it's just they take so much in taxes. It's like robbery. It's like, what do you really do? Like, what does the federal government really do for me to take all this money from me, bro?
Roads are still fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, roads still fucked up, right? And it's so much. It's so much extra stuff.
You still got kids in school that can't eat lunch because their parents can't afford to get them lunch. But we're still paying for the school tax, too.
Yeah. It's like, what's the point, Like, what's the point of taxes?
Pay all this shit just for it to not get used for what it's supposed to be used for.
Yeah, for real. It's like all that stuff is just going to people that like it's going to the big wigs. It's going to people that don't actually pay taxes on their own paycheck that come from us. But yeah, I don't know. The government. I'm not going to defraud the government, but if you could defraud them, defraud them. No, I'm just joking. I'm not doing that. Listen, IRS, if you're listening, my taxes are good. My taxes are good. We're on point. We're good to go. We're good to go. So don't be sending no sheriffs.
I didn't put no extra zeros.
Yeah, we're good to go. Don't let me live. Let me rock.
You ever notice that scammers will use sheriff instead of we're calling the police? You ever had that happen to you?
Yeah. They call the house.
I had them call. We are looking for the Mr. Christopher Shade. Well, you got the wrong number, bro. Okay, we are calling the sheriff's office to come get you. I mean, you can do that if you want, but I'm not Christopher, and so you got the wrong number, Chief.
Yeah. Yeah, the one time I called my mom and they were like, we are sheriff's attorney from, we're district attorney from Florida. We're going to arrest you. I'm like, district attorney in Florida? My mom was like believing it. She was like, oh my God. He's like, you have to pay me, he's like $1,200. And
you
she was
must
like,
go to Target and get a gift card where you could put the money into the gift card, and you can then give me the numbers. And when you give me the numbers, all of the problems will go away.
exactly.
I am essentially asking you to pay a bribe, and I will take the file and I will put it in a shredder.
Yeah,
There will be
exactly.
no problems anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's when Mayor Lightfoot was like, yo, we don't recognize these Southeast Asians, bro. She's like, yo, they defrauded me, son. They defrauded me, son.
They defrauded me.
But no, yeah, they called Mom Dukes, and she was like, she was like checking her bank account. She's like, I can give you like 500. That's all I can give you, whatever, right? And then I'm like, Mom, like the police don't call you. They send you a letter, or they just show up.
They knock on your door.
Yeah, or they just show up and they're like, here, this is what you need to pay. And
Sometimes.
then yeah, sometimes, but mostly a letter. Like they'll send you a letter, in the mail or something like that. They're not just gonna fucking call you. You know what I mean? Like even if like for jury duty, they all do that shit. Like if you have jury duty and you lose the fucking letter.
I was mad. They sent me on jury duty.
Yeah.
Requested off for the day, and we don't get paid when I'm a temp. I don't get paid if I request off for a day.
Right.
So requested off the day, got out of work. After I get out of work, like maybe 2 hours later, I get a message. You don't have to come in for jury duty tomorrow, bro.
Thanks, dick face. Appreciate that. Yeah.
2 hours earlier would have been lovely.
Yeah, bro. I almost got selected to go on a criminal case, bro. When I was at jury duty.
I would have loved it,
son. I was right there, bro. First of all, they call you. Like you go in and they call you. You go into like this room. So like, was it for Lehigh County or Bethlehem County?
I don't remember which county it was.
I think you're still in Lehigh.
Lehigh, Bethlehem is part of Lehigh, isn't it?
No, Bethlehem is there's Bethlehem the city and then there's Bethlehem the county. And I think Bethlehem City is a different. I think Bethlehem City is in Bethlehem County.
I got you right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll figure it out. But Lehigh County, like the courthouse, right? Like if you go to the courthouse, it's just it's actually kind of nice. It's in Allentown, and like you walk in, you go through all the different like sensors and shit like that, and they're all sheriffs that work there, like sheriff's deputies.
Right.
And then like you go into this like little room. It says like jury duty. You go into the room and then you just sit there and wait for them to call you. And people like mad people showing up. Like people showing up hungover. People are showing up like from work all pissed off. Like it's kind of funny.
I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah.
You're coming straight from work. He was trying to chill. You couldn't have the day off because it was after work.
Exactly. And so then like, we get there and they're like, they sent me to. So you have one jury for civil,
right,
and then you have one jury for criminal. And so they call they call your name and they call like where you got to report to. So they're like civil's going to stay in here, and then but criminal's going to go out in the back.
Right.
And so civil, they called all the names. They were like Jason Thomas, criminal. I was like, yes. And so I got up and I walked outside, and then they give you a questionnaire, and they give you a number, and then they give you a questionnaire. So I was like number 29 or some shit like that, and then they give you a questionnaire, and they're like. I don't think I would have gotten selected anyway. Had like it actually gone to trial, I don't think I would have gotten selected because it's like they ask you a bunch of these questions. It's like, do you know anybody in law enforcement? I'm like, do you know anybody in law enforcement? And then the question after that is like, have you ever been the victim of a violent crime? Which I haven't. And then they're like, which I have not. And then it's like, does you or anybody you know, are they like an attorney or they work for law? I'm like. Fuck,
my uncle's a cop, my aunt's a judge.
Exactly. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Like, I can't control that.
You're the literal embodiment of that sentence. My uncle's a cop and my aunt's a judge. Touch me, I have a right to unlocked up at one phone call.
Facts, right? But like, I can't imagine like my cousins.
Right.
Like my cousins are like, is anybody in your family an attorney? Yes. Anybody in your family was in law enforcement? Yes. And they're gonna be like, I don't think I would have gotten selected because they didn't specify like immediate family or just family in general.
Right.
Right. But yeah, then there was like, they just asked you a bunch of other like questions. But I forget those. They were just kind of like stupid questions. Those are the only ones, but I don't think I would have gotten selected because I think a lot of times they'll ask questions that kind of see whether you're selected or not, and then they can dismiss you. So they can like ask you a question and they can just dismiss you.
This one dude told me he has a surefire way to get out of it every time.
Oh boy.
and it works every time. Calls you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want you to do it. No, I'm racist, bro. No, I'm being serious. I'm racist. If you tell them you're racist, they will not put you up there. Just because obviously you're biased. If you're actually racist, you're biased.
Yeah. Because you're biased. Well, they have no choice but to believe you.
Puts you in a lie detector test. So, we hear you're racist.
Yes.
Tell me more.
They're like, who you racist
Write
against,
that
bro?
down. Write that down.
Like, who you racist against, bro? What minority you don't like? They're like, yo, I just can't stand, just. I'm trying to think of what's a weird race? Like, or what's a weird ethnicity? Like, I can't stand Mongolians, bro. Like, you like what Mongolians? You like Mongolians? Like what? What you talking about? Like, why you hate them so much, bro? What else we got on the docket, man?
We got that one. We got the e-girls hot tub streamers.
Some e-bitches.
One step below OnlyFans.
That's pretty much what it is, bro. Like you OnlyFans on Twitch. That's
Basically.
pretty much what you just OnlyFans on Twitch. So if you guys don't know, I guess this is the gaming segment of it, which we'll probably end up going on like a rant, or I'll probably end up going on a rant. I don't know if you will. But listen, if you want to rant, just tell me about it, because like I do not mind listening. Just listening to rants. I love listening to Frankie rant.
I've personally seen like stuff.
Yeah.
Myself of different news sites on YouTube and stuff. Not news sites on YouTube, but different news channels on YouTube and stuff. Different complaints. Twitch needs to get their shit together. They really do. I get it. People want to try to stream half naked. That's cool. Do what you want and make money how you want, I guess. But like Twitch says, the youngest acceptable age is 13, and that's just the people that put their age down. Gaming is mainly followed by children. Yeah, there are adults, teens, and such that follow it too, but like it's mainly kids.
Yeah, it's maybe young bulls
or creeps that can't get none themselves. So they decide to watch half naked girls.
Yeah, half naked women.
But personally, I think it's stupid. There's other streaming sites that allow you to do that type of stuff if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you're a gamer, stick with gaming. If you're just trying to make money off of showing your body and playing games with quotes around playing games.
Yeah.
Like there was the one chick, what was her name? Zoe Berger, I believe.
Oh, I remember her, yeah.
Every kill cam, I'm going to twerk for you guys.
Wow. Start an OnlyFans, yeah.
If you give me $40, I'll change outfits into something else skimpier. Changes outfits, not even 5 seconds later. Another $30 and I'll change outfits again.
Yeah, just start an OnlyFans, bro.
Might as well.
Like you might as well, because I don't like you could charge for a bunch of shit on OnlyFans. Or you could charge for messaging. You can charge for pictures. You know what I mean? Like you can get pictures on fucking demand. So you might as well just, bro. But the only thing is, like with OnlyFans, it's like why subscribe for the extra month? You know what I mean? Like I've already seen you doing dirty, nasty things. What else do I need to see?
That's what Reddit is for. You don't got to pay for shit for Reddit. If you're within like the first hour, maybe it depends on the people. Because some people are obviously way bigger than others. Like, let's say Amber Rose, if she posted something on OnlyFans, if you go on Reddit, you could probably find it within the first hour.
Yeah.
After that, obviously they have their people that go through, comb through, and report everything. But
yeah, and they fuck up the fun for everybody, bastards.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I mean it is understandable, but the same, it's like everybody
knows whatever you put on the internet is it's not gone, no matter what.
It's never gone.
If someone gets their hands on it, that's your fault.
Yeah,
should have protected your shit better.
Exactly. It's like screenshot. Like, I guess for me, I think e-girls, it's just more like, it's more annoying. I'm not really a fan of e-girls or anything like that. Like I just don't watch a lot of streaming in general. To me, that's kind of boring.
See, I watch some stream. It depends on what's being streamed. There's some games that are enjoyable, obviously. There's some games that aren't as enjoyable. There's some people that I love watching. And there's what was it when Among Us started coming out and it was actually big. There was a time where I would play one of their live videos over as background noise when I'm sitting down just doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Yeah, so like there are things that you can watch, and like you said, like people. Yeah. Like I would, if I liked somebody, like if somebody that I knew, or someone that like I watched videos of, if they started streaming, I'd probably watch.
Yeah,
just because I think that they're funny. But like, I don't know why I'm gonna watch an e-girl. Like I'm not even seeing nothing. I might as well just watch like cams.
That's trash at playing the game. Play the game half naked. That's really all you're paying. Like they're not even paying, but because Twitch is free. But
yeah,
that's literally all you're doing. You're watching someone be trash at a game with their goodies out, and make money off of it.
Exactly.
At least be good at the game.
I know. Like if you're good at the game and you're half naked,
different. That's different. Like you're well versed in what you're playing.
Yeah.
You're doing cultured. This because not doing it because you like playing video games, but you're at least good at playing video games. Like if you're decent, you're gonna draw more people.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if
I mean, you're already gonna draw a lot of people, but
regardless. But at least people aren't gonna like have shit to talk about you. They're not gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean? You'd be like, well, she's actually pretty good at the game, and she just enjoys playing it in the nude or semi-nude. I don't know.
It's a bikini.
Yeah, and then but like Twitch started to like crack down on it.
Yep.
Just girls that were just sitting in a chair playing.
Some people.
Yeah,
they still don't crack
exactly.
Down on.
Well, they were cracking down on some people, and then now they have an influx of people that are literally like they're in. I had to like compose myself because I was about to laugh. They're in their room. In their room.
Not only are they in their rooms,
they're in like baby tubs.
Fucking hot tubs.
They're in like baby, like inflatable fucking hot tubs, just sitting in there in a bikini. And then what they do is, and I saw this again on Scarce, or Shout Out Scarce, I guess.
Shout Out Scarce.
But I saw they like Ninja was making fun of him, I guess, and he was like they get donations and then they put your name on a list.
Yeah.
So like they have like a chalkboard and then they get up. Because they're in bikinis, so they get up and they walk to the chalkboard showing you the cakes, right? So that's the same thing they're doing in the hot tub. So they have like a chalkboard that's positioned behind them, and they have to get up, turn around, and then put your name on this fucking board, and then they show the cakes, they show off the booty, and it's like, I mean, it's annoying. It's more so annoying because like if a guy tried to do that, they'd be like, you'd be like, bro, that's mad foul.
Depends on the guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Logan Paul gets away with everything.
Yeah, but Logan Paul is he's like a likable dude though. That's the only thing.
It depends.
Or he's like semi-likable.
For me, ever since that whole situation with the Suicide Forest, I mean, I get it. It was years ago, but
yeah,
I saw that video like when it actually came out.
Yeah,
I saw how shitty of a job he did when he blurred the dead body.
Yeah.
I just can't respect that. I can't respect how you just put someone who hung himself in a forest on your video.
Yeah, and then he monetized it. Like you actually
monetized it.
You kind of made money off of someone like murking themselves. Like
I've made a continuous lapse in judgment.
That's not just a single lapse, bro.
That's
multiple.
No. He said I've made a continuous lapse in judgment. That's what he said.
Oh my gosh,
that was his apology. That was like the beginning of his apology video.
Yeah, that's not even an apology. You're just saying like, yo, there's a difference between like an apology where you mean it and then an apology to like appease.
But like, if you're a rich actor, do you really think you're gonna give a fuck?
No, probably not. Or if you're like the boxing match, like Floyd Mayweather doesn't care. Floyd Mayweather's going to get paid like probably what, $50 million, $75 million. It's
free money.
Exactly, it's free money. He's going to fucking work Logan Paul over. Nobody in their right mind. It's just too much of a blowout. Like I can't see Floyd losing to him. And don't get me wrong, if he does lose, then it's whatever. But if he does lose, then I'll eat my words. I'll come on here after the fight, and I'll be like, I'll come on here and be like, yo, my bad, guys. Like,
you'll eat your Eagles hat. There you go.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll eat it, and then I'll be like, fuck, man, like, I'm my bad, y'all. Right? And so, but it's so minuscule that the chance that he has to beat him is so little. It's like it doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's not even in the realm of possibilities to me, or it's barely in the realm of possibilities.
I mean, if it
that he
ever
beats.
did happen,
Well, they are fighting. They're fighting.
Well,
in
no,
June.
I'm saying if he ever did win,
yeah,
I guarantee you the match was most likely thrown. Floyd's spent how many years boxing?
I don't even know how many years, but he's been boxing since he
The
was
man
real
is an
young.
expert at boxing.
Who?
The man is an expert at boxing.
Yeah, he has his
Logan
doctorate
and
in
Jake
boxing.
have just started boxing.
Yeah.
If you tell me, like, I get it. There's some people who's Mike Tyson. He was blessed with his strength. He didn't have to actually train. Like just his strength alone, he would knock somebody the fuck out.
Yeah.
But these two, they literally just started boxing. And the dude's only credible match is when he fought against KSI.
Another YouTuber, not even a boxer.
KSI actually used to box before, I believe.
For real?
When he was younger, he did some boxing. But
he's not like a dedicated boxer.
They both paid good people to like good personal trainers to train them to box.
Yeah.
And like I said, KSI already had prior experience in boxing, so it was a little bit easier for him.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think that. I mean, what the Paul brothers got to do is like if they want to monetize it. And look, I'm about like getting money,
Right?
Like I have no problem with you getting your money, right? Like I just want like I want all my people to eat. Like I want you to eat. I want Frankie to eat. I want all my people to eat. I'm 100%. Like if you were in Jake Paul's shoes right now, right, or Logan Paul's shoes right now, and you were like, yo, I'll fuck anybody up, I'll be like, I wouldn't say that I would encourage it because I'd be like, yo, bro, like you better watch. Come on, you motherfuckers, we don't take it too seriously.
Right.
But what he's got to do is he's got to keep. If he wants to still be like legit and monetized, and he just wants to chase the bag, he has to find the right person to fuck him up, right? Like to me, I think Conor McGregor is probably the big fight for Logan Paul because he has a big fight under his belt in Floyd Mayweather. Has a big fight. Is just historically a really good fighter, right? Highest paid he was the highest paid fighter in I think MMA, wasn't he? Like he was getting paid the most for his he was getting paid the most for his pay-per-view, I think.
I remember he was a 2-time champion, and after that, everything skyrocketed for even more.
Right. So I think that he was I mean, obviously, correct me if I'm wrong because I don't really know too much about MMA, but I think he was like one of the highest paid MMA fighters, like on the roster, right? Like some guys are making yeah. So like outside of maybe John Jones or someone like that who was just like a monster, you know what I mean? But like
he screwed himself.
Yeah, with all that fucking partying and shit.
That wasn't his fault though. I mean, not the partying, obviously. That's
yeah.
With the situation of him coming out dirty after the one fight, he took a pill. He took a dick pill, basically. But it was a tainted pill. Mm-hmm. And since the pill was tainted with something else that wasn't supposed to be in your system when you fight, he was disqualified because of it.
Yeah, but it was like picograms. Like it was like was that the one you're talking about where it was so like minuscule.
He was on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah,
that's where I heard it from. Like he was on the Joe Rogan podcast when he talked about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I took a dick pill, and it ended up being tainted." Like he told the truth about the whole thing.
Yeah, but I heard. Well, actually, I heard from Joe Rogan that it was just so minuscule that
it was such a little amount. But like the thing is, even the tiniest amount of some type of drug that's not supposed to be inside of you.
Yeah. But even then, like even USADA, the anti-doping agency of the U.S.,
right?
Even they came out like their technology got too good. That's essentially what they said. Like because like a picogram is like literally if you take the size of a picogram is if you take a grain of salt,
right, and
like you break it into like 1 million pieces. And that's how big like one picogram. One of those pieces is how big a picogram. It has no measure on your physical performance at all, really, right? And so like USADA was like, bro, like our technology is just too fucking nice. Like we can test for everything. It's just too good. So we're just gonna test for like. I think personally, that what they should test for is really just like how the MLB does, which is they test for, what is it? They test for Ambien for sleep. They test for Adderall to like keep you awake, and just like steroids. And that's like what it should be like. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like it all depends. It should all depend on the type of drug you take and the type of drug gets caught in your system. Because, like, weed. If you're stupid enough to smoke weed before, like, right before a fight.
That's on you, yeah.
That's on you. If you want your reaction time to be slower, if you want to get fucked up by someone who knows what they're doing with their hands, by all means, please be stupid enough to do so.
Yeah, that's on you.
But, like, if you get caught with weed in your system, you're going to get fucked up. In a fight, like, you're the one that would get fucked up.
Yeah.
Steroids in your system, obviously, you can injure the other person you're fighting, especially with certain ones. Like, you can greatly injure them. You can fuck them up.
Yeah, because the amount of, like, muscle you can put on, all that stuff. Yeah.
But he was, I think it was a year that he can't fight now because of it, or it was, I don't remember if it was just 1 year or 2 years. But
something like that, yeah.
To get thrown out of fighting for that long, like, miss out on how many paychecks. Granted, he's got enough money to sustain him for now. But, like, there's some fighters out there that live paycheck to paycheck. And to get hit with something like this, that would devastate you. You can't fight for a year. That's your bread and butter, right? Like, fighting is what you do. What are you going to do now?
Yeah, over a dick pill. Like, over, like, a fucking blue chew.
His being a dick pill, like...
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think that is kind of ridiculous.
It should be revised, and it should be, like... checked on, you know what I'm saying? Lower it a little bit for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, there's no reason. There's no reason to, like, trip over a picogram or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's so unbelievably small. Like, it won't affect your performance at all, right? And if even if like again, USADA said, like, look, we kind of fucked up. Like, they rolled back a lot of their stuff, but they should. I think, just test for, like, the big shit. Yeah. Right? Test for, like, the big shit.
The big steroids that you're not supposed to take. It's basically, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, just check for that. And then if that comes back negative, then you're ready to rock.
Boom.
You know? And that's just what it should be. But I don't know. And even now, like, a lot of drugs, I just think drugs in general should be legal. I think all drugs should be legal. Like, kind of like how Oregon does it.
I think certain ones should be legal.
Yeah.
Not all. Granted, meth should definitely not be legal.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it kind of is to a certain degree, because Adderall is meth, pretty much. Like, Adderall is like a concentrated version of meth. You know? But, well...
All right, what about heroin?
See, heroin's that's hard right there. But I do think it should be legal. Right, I do think it should be legal, because I think people have a right to choose, right? And I don't want to sound too much like, hey, man, like, fucking hippie shit. But, like, I don't think that nobody should go to jail over something that the government is now profiting off of, right? Like we were talking about that when we had Sammy on, where it's like Al Capone died in a prison cell of syphilis for selling alcohol. Mm. You know what I mean? Like, see, that sentence just sounds ridiculous. Like, can you imagine I sell you a fucking case of Corona and I go to jail for, like, I go to the slammer for, like, 70 years? Like, that's crazy. You know, like, it's so stupid.
I mean, look at people now getting caught for dealing weed and getting locked up.
Like, there's no point.
For, like, life sentences, long-ass times for no reason.
Exactly.
But then you have the pedophiles that are perfectly fine.
Yeah, they get 2 years, they can come out and fucking touch your kids again.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like what is, I mean, truly, like, where are our priorities? Our priorities are more so, like, we have to get drugs off the streets because they're going to hurt our children. We're not going to get the actual people that do hurt your children. They can be on the streets. It's like, my personally, and I guess another sort of thing that I think about is, like, you know, we talk about, like, cartels. Like, I've really been watching a lot of the cartel stuff, like Narcos and stuff. And they, most of their money, like, billions and billions and billions of their dollars are made from, like, well, America, we're the number one consumer of illegal drugs.
I believe that.
In the whole world, we're the number one consumer of illegal drugs. That's meth, that's heroin, that's all that stuff. Right? And I'm not saying that making it legal is just going to make the problem go away, but making it legal is going to make it safer. Like, if you are an addict, I don't think it's not good to be an addict. I wouldn't say that, you know, I wouldn't say that it's acceptable to be an addict.
Depends what you're addicted to.
Yeah, because, well, you could be addicted to anything, you're right. But if you're like a heroin addict, obviously that's not good. You know,
drug addict.
Yeah, if you're a drug addict in general, that's not a good thing, and I wouldn't reinforce it. But I don't think you should be like getting all these different diseases, you know, because you're using dirty needles. You're using needles that you found on the floor. You know what I mean? Like that's wild.
Yeah,
to me.
but that's your own fault.
Yeah, it is. It is your choice.
That is your own fault, your decision. If you were stupid enough to go and use a dirty needle when you can easily take the money that you're scraping up to buy the drugs, you can scrape up a little bit more just to buy yourself some fresh shit.
Some needles, yeah.
You know, like,
yeah, and you're right. Like it's your own decision. I just think it's ridiculous that to your point of it's your own decision, the government's like, hey, we're kind of going broke, so we're going to sell some drugs.
right.
You know what I mean? But if me or you were like, hey, bro, we're kind of going broke, we're going to sell some drugs, that's legal implications that we have. No one's going to lock up the U.S., right? Because we carry around the big stick. You know what I mean? Like, no one's going to lock up the guy with the big stick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take mad people to do it. So, like, I don't know. I think it is kind of ridiculous that the United States as an entity, not the people of the United States, but the government can decide, hey, we're going to sell drugs because the government's going broke. But if anyone else decides to do that, then they're a bad person. And there's all these different, you know, like documentaries and stuff that make them out to be bad people. And it's like, are there some that are bad people? Yes. But are there some that just have kids that don't want those kids to grow up the same way they grew up? Yes, there are. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not glorifying drug dealing by any means, but there's a spectrum of drug dealers, just like there's a spectrum of, you know, cops or lawyers, or like there's good people that do a good job and there's douchebags that do a good job.
There's people who will give you clean drugs. There's people who will give you dirty drugs and just reap the money for it. Well,
exactly. Like there's people that'll exactly. Like exactly. There was
the whole thing. I don't remember how long ago it was, but in Whitehall, somebody was selling bad stuff, and some people ended up passing away from it.
Really?
If you were affected by that, you know, my apologies. But like,
right, yeah.
Stuff like that. Some people just don't care. Some people do care.
Damn, that's crazy. Did they find the guy that did it? Like, did they ever lock him up?
I don't know if they ever found the person that. I'm assuming they did. Just because, I mean, let's face it, if one of your close friends passes away and you know who he got his stuff from.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make a visit.
Shouldn't have said that on. Nope.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just
joking.
Ain't
no snitches out here. I don't snitch.
No, I'm just joking. I wouldn't do that. Plus, I wouldn't be stupid enough to run down a drug dealer. Like, that's their whole life is predicated on getting jumped. So they should be prepared. Plus, if all 5'5" of me can run down on you and fuck you up, you should probably not be a drug dealer.
I mean, but to your defense, bro, like your upper body alone makes up like the strength of a fucking gorilla.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I just feel like if one person can run down on you, like I don't know if I would be like, I'd be too scared to be a drug dealer.
See, but the thing is, you would be perfect. No one would expect you to run up on somebody. They would just see you coming down the street and you just take your bear paw. Then they're done. They're knocked out. They're sleeping. Just boom, you're good.
I just like judo chop them like a 1976
Bolt.
like Bond. Like, yeah. Or like I'm a little hamster.
Squeezes them on the fucking traps.
Yeah.
Knocks him out.
That little hamster from Bolt, that was my guy.
Bro.
He's like, there's a guard. He's like, I'll go snap his neck. He like starts walking and there's a little ball. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think all drugs should be legal. I think everyone has their own choice, like you say.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
But I mean, that's just my view on it. Like even Portland's doing it, or Oregon. Like everything is decriminalized in Oregon, and I think that is what's coming next anyway. You know, but I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe like I always think about it in the sense of like, is there going to be a time in the future where like how like
at some point in time in the future everything will be acceptable.
Yeah, like how we talked about like Al Capone selling like beer, you know, and getting arrested for beer. And
now you can go to Giant and buy beer.
You can go to like Giant. You can go to a wine and spirit store and buy beer, or in some states you can go to a fucking gas station and buy beer.
Wine and spirit stores don't sell beer.
Oh no, you're right. You're
right.
The
fun way when I turned 21.
That's right. You got to go to like the Beer Man or something.
You guys don't sell beer? No. The fuck?
And they always look at you crazy.
They're like, bro, I just turned 21. What the fuck do you mean? Like you're telling me this like I'm supposed to know this?
I know.
I was a
good
like, noodle growing up.
Exactly. Like fucking never bought almost illegal before. Stupid dummy. Like you don't use the fake ID to get it. Stupid. But yeah, you can go anywhere and get liquor now. You can go to a wine spirit store, get liquor. You can go to fucking, like you said, Giant and get beer. So like, it's just, it seems so ridiculous to get locked up for selling that illegally. Right. Whereas maybe 50 years in the future, people are like, yo, can you believe people are going to get arrested for weed? Or people getting arrested for like selling coke? You know what I mean? Like,
there's people getting arrested for stupid stuff all the time.
Yeah, that's true. There was a homeless guy, right? Check this out. This is how crazy California laws are. A homeless guy was going to break into a store, right? He's walking on the roof of the store to break into it. He falls through the roof of the store and lands in the thing.
The fuck out of the store. The same situation happened in Pennsylvania. Someone was trying to break into a house to steal from the house. They walked over the skylight and the skylight broke. They sued the owners of the house and actually won. How? I understand because just the way it is. You got injured on their property.
That's so stupid.
Regardless of the reason you were there, you were injured on their property. So anyone out there looking to make a easy paycheck, just simply fall through a skylight, sue them.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna hurt, but
don't really do this. Don't really do this.
Yeah, please. We're not endorsing it, but
we're also not gonna stop it. But
I'm not gonna stop it, but I'm not gonna tell you to do it either.
What are you doing up there?
Like all right, King. You know what I'm saying? Get your guala. Run your check, King.
You say that so that shit happens to you.
Well, I say that till like the podcast blows up, and then I'm sitting there one day and someone just comes crashing through my roof. I'm like, stupid dummy. And then then I come on here. I'm like, yo, I can't believe what just happened to me the other day. Blah, blah, blah,
someone
blah, blah.
broke through my roof, and now they're suing me.
And then I come back like a year later. I'm like, yo, I gotta pay mad money to this motherfucker, yo. Like, the craziness. I think that's about everything. We covered everything on the docket. Do you have anything you want to add or anything like that?
No. We got all the importance.
Do you want
the important stuffs?
Facts. Do you want to plug your Instagram, Facebook, anything like that?
I'll wait till the time is right.
What do you mean?
Gotta wait. Once we start blowing up, then we'll start plugging.
You start plugging. All right. So you're not gonna plug. You're gonna plug your thing now.
Juror 5497. There we go. Okay. Juror. Was that it or did
that's your Insta?
Is that it? Hold up. I haven't checked my name in dumb long. I don't even remember what it was.
It's funny because like
It is Juror.
Okay.
There we go. Juror 5497.
5497. JER 5497. And that's it. You don't want to plug anything else? Just your Insta?
Just Insta.
Okay. All right, well, that's been another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. Been an exciting episode. We've been talking about the boy for like since we started it, since like March, and now finally May. Ironically, your birthday month. We bring you on. We bring you on the birthday month, May 4th, which is crazy. National Star Wars Day is your birthday, which is actually kind of wild, but.
That's why I'm so in tune with the Force.
So in tune with the Force, bro. But next time for sure, like I'm like the only like Frankie's not really big into Marvel. I like Marvel a lot. Like I like the shows. I don't really,
with Marvel. A little bit with DC.
A little bit DC. I like the villains DC. That's it.
The Joker.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been an invigorating episode. It's always good to talk to you, my brother. It's always good to sit down and have a conversation and fuck you, Frankie, for not coming. No, I'm just joking.
Next time I'll drag him. I'll drag him over here. We live together. It's possible.
Yeah. They live together, so it's I always get inside information on you, Frankie. I do get inside. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, so it's been a very special episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. Follow us on all platforms as well. It's the Lunch Table Podcast. No you. It's just LNCH Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, even though we have one follower, and the one follower is my personal account on Twitter. So yeah, we're on all the different platforms. We have a website. The website's now up and running, and that's going to be www.TheLnchtablePod.com. That'll also have all the links. So it'll have the YouTube on there. We also on YouTube now. So it'll have the YouTube on there. It'll have the YouTube. It'll have the Facebook. It'll have Instagram. It'll have all the different links. So you can click on those and you can follow us. You can follow us follow our journey. And we also have a little bit of information on there too. We just talk a little bit about how we met and all these different things. So please go check that out. It's awesome. It's awesome to be able to be up and running finally again. And I'm looking forward to the summer. I think it is going to be it's not white boy summer anymore because somebody got arrested. Fucking Derek Chauvin fucked that up for the white boys, but it's going to be a hot boy summer. Like literally it's going to be hot. Like it's going to be fucking crazy. But I'm excited. Follow us on all platforms. If you have any questions or anything like that, we try to respond pretty quickly. So hit us up on Instagram, hit us up on YouTube in the comments. This will probably be up on YouTube sometime during the week whenever I get a chance to post it. It'll be on YouTube. But on all the other platforms, it'll be on instantaneously. I might actually post this on Monday. So it'll be on then. So if you want to go plug it at work or whatever, you can.
Bet. I got you.
You can do that. Well, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
I'm going to tell my boy Louis. Louis is going to be the first to know.
Yeah, shout out Louis if you're watching this. If you're listening to this
King
at
Louis.
the end.
King
Louis. This is 1 hour 55. So shout out King Louis. Whoa, that's crazy. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week. And it'll be a full fucking house next week. It's going to be crazy. I'm excited. We're going to have everyone on. So
by force if necessary.
By force if necessary. All right. Talk to y'all later.